Hello! Today we are going to trim a pot together and I'm going to show you how we do that. So my first step is I'm going to want to feel the inside of my piece to kind of feel where I have that excess clay. So I'm kind of using my fingers on the inside and the outside to feel the overall thickness, and I'll use my nail to actually mark about how much I want to take off. So I have a lot of excess clay here in this corner, so I'm just marking here to about here, and then we'll just reassess. Okay, so after I have my plan, I want to center on the wheel. We want our pieces to be centered on the wheel for trimming because that's going to ensure we have a nice even pot. So you can use these circles on the wheel head, and those will kind of give you a good indicator of if it's kind of centered or not. But the best way to check is to slowly have your wheel turn and see how that looks. Turn your wheel on and see how that looks. Okay, so you can even use your finger, kind of rest it, float it just to the piece and see if it is touching more so on one side than the other. So my piece does have a little bit of a wobble, so I might want to reassess there, see if I can center that up just a little bit more. Bring my finger back in. Let's say that's about good. Cool. So now I'm just going to use some spare clay that I have, roll into these little pieces, and these are going to be kind of little checks to help hold my piece on the wheel head. So I'm using my finger I'm rolling it out, then using my thumb to kind of press it down so it gives a nice snug fit. And I like to do 3, some people do 4, but it's really what you feel comfortable with. Cool. So he shouldn't move while we're trimming, so we are good to start. Now I like to find that line that I made to tell me how much to take off, and I'll go in and do a full rotation or so to kind of really cement that line on there. I'm also going to find that one on the side, do the same thing. And then we can really start at working away this kind of bulk of clay that we have in the corner. Now when I'm trimming, I don't like to use tools flat, because sometimes that can like twist your piece and it can fly off. So I always like to use corners because it makes it a little bit easier, or even just small edges, and then work my way in from there. So I don't want to go too fast. Kind of want to let the piece do a full rotation in one spot. Okay. I like the shape I've made. Sometimes you can kind of tap too and feel how thick the walls are getting. So he might be a little weightier here. We might take off just a little bit more. Okay, so now I have my final profile mostly cemented. I do have kind of ridges here and there from where I was doing those individual passes. So I like to use a larger pear-shaped kind of loop tool, or even just a more flat tool to kind of go and smooth it out. So I'm not really trying to take off too much clay here. I'm just trying to smooth the overall surface. And I'll even too come here and take a little bit off the bottom with this tool as well. Just so we have a nice, smooth, even bottom. Get rid of that little wobble there. Sweet. Okay. So now we have these marks from our tools here, so we want to smooth those out. I like to use a plastic rib or even a metal rib to do that, and this just helps kind of compress and smooth that surface. Gives our pieces a nice polished look on the bottom, makes them look very nice. I'm going to go here from the middle. Oh man. You're really paying for mud tools. I understand why now. Oh my gosh. Sometimes you can even use your finger if you don't have a soft rib, and then your finger can give like a nice compression to those bottoms as well. Cool. So you can see now this surface is a lot more even and smooth and buttery soft. So I'd say we're just about good. This piece is ready for handles or your maker's mark in it, and you're good to go.